Hey, good people, Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Thirsty Thursday, and we're getting close to the Hall of Fame announcements. Hope that Woodson gets in, and would love to have another Dallas Cowboy as part of the greatest of the great. So, we have some more news here. We know that the Cowboys are in disarray, and surprisingly, we have not heard about any new coaching interviews today. None today, after yesterday being a whirlwind of them. But what we have heard is that the Dallas Cowboys have still got the place locked down, and we're finding out that the Commanders wanted to, of course, bring in Al Harris, and the Cowboys have blocked that one. Thus far for the offseason for the Dallas Cowboys, you could say the Cowboys have lost a lot more than they've gained, because we ain't gained jack yet. We've lost our defensive coordinator, our passing game coordinator, and we haven't replaced those guys. Other teams are filling out their coaching rosters, and they're trying to determine what they are going to be, what kind of defense they're going to run, or whatever kind of changes they're going to make. We are still spinning our wheels. I just hope that the Cowboys, well, here's the reality. Shit. Let me sit down on this, because this stuff hurts. It literally hurts when you think about the Dallas Cowboys and the potential that they've had and they've squandered over the years. Not too often do you end up having back-to-back really good quarterbacks. Not too often do you have Hall of Fame players like DeMarcus Ware come through, and players like that, guys like Jason Witten and Tyron Smiths and things. And the Cowboys have squandered those opportunities. And this is the sad thing to me, because it's not like the Cowboys are any other team. The Cowboys have had opportunities, and instead of going all in to try and maximize these great players and talents that they have, they're just kind of satisfied that, we're competing. Well, we're competing, we're selling tickets, we're being talked about. That's good enough. And, they always seem to go for the big names that get you excited. I don't know that there is a major difference between having Rex Ryan or Mike Zimmer or even Ron Rivera. They're all experienced guys that understand the basics of football. We're not talking about the village idiots or guys that just fell off the salad truck. That's not the problem. The problem is when you bring in coaches and you don't allow them to go ahead and do what they did that made them really good other places. And that is pick and choose the guys they're going to work with. So what we're looking at probably right now is, if Mike Zimmer is hired, if Ron Rivera is hired, if Rex Ryan's hired, they've got their coaches that they've already picked out that are here, and so on. So you have to look at this from the standpoint of, as we blame even Mike McCarthy. People say, well, Mike McCarthy's an idiot. Well, Mike McCarthy was never really allowed to do his own thing. When he got here, you already had a Kellen Moore who was the offensive coordinator. And he literally had to let Kellen Moore fail for 3 years before he actually got his opportunity. We're judging Mike McCarthy on 1 year. And here's the thing that I will say about that 1 year that we had. Be it we didn't go any further in the playoffs, I'll give you that much. But here's what we did do. We took the first year, we ended up making CeeDee Lamb the second yardage guy in the NFL. We took a quarterback who was known as a dink and dunker, a turnover machine, and this, that, and the other, and he ends up being an MVP candidate. We took an offensive line that is getting old and constantly having different lineups and made them at least a viable offensive line. And we took a non-existent running game, and we ended up being the number 2 seed. That's what Mike McCarthy did. And to think that you're just going to say, well, just get rid of that guy, we'll bring in somebody else. I think about how Rod Marnelli Everybody wanted to get rid of Rod Marinelli because they said he sucked, right? And then we get Mike Nolan, a guy who had been a head coach as well. And you see how badly that went for our team. So you bring in Mike McCarthy and you keep him handicapped by not allowing him to do what he wanted to do, rightly or wrongly. If you're going to bring somebody in, you have to support them with their ideas and their vision. Otherwise, the Joneses just need to coach the offense and defense their damn selves. And if you don't give people the adequate supplies that they need to do something, they can't do the job. You think I can build this house without buying some 2x4s? Or buying some plywood? If I ain't got that shit, it's pretty hard. I guess I could go out here and saw down the brush and the trees and try and make my own, but that's the hard way to try and do shit. Stop trying to make this shit hard. So, I don't know that anything has changed with the Cowboys. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You got to actually do something that makes a difference. And hiring the coach, that's only part of the equation. It's only part of it. You got to hire the coach, give him what he needs, and get the hell out of the way so that way they can do their job. I keep saying the same things over and over and over and over again. In the same way, the Cowboys keep doing the same things over and over and over again and expect for something to be different. And it's just not. I don't know what else to say, good people. I don't know what else to say. We'll see what other drama happens with the Cowboys today. I'll be live streaming tonight while we watch the NFL honors and see how our Cowboys do, because that's the only place we win is the NFL honors. Yep, that's where we win. NFL honors. See if we've got an MVP, a defensive player of the year, an offensive player of the year. While other teams are playing for Super Bowls. Yep, others are playing for Super Bowls. Have a good day, good people. I will see y'all sometime a little bit later before I get back up this road.